This is a very good example of what to do in a small space. Many people, whether it's their first house or they live in a terrace house or whatever, are confronted with this sort of an issue, a tiny backyard. And if you put any garden in, firstly, it won't work, it won't be big enough. And secondly, it might just be crowded and boring. Well, this garden is very much anything but boring. Now, if you're wondering what the basic theme to the plants would be here, I suppose the word is tropical. Now, that doesn't actually mean that all of the plants here come from tropical areas. Things like calla lilies and many others, even aspidistras and things, are not necessarily all that tropical, but they fit together, I suppose, to the extent that the foliage is all very interesting. There's prayer plant type foliage, but that's a hydrangea, and I presume that's a hibiscus there. These are bangalow palms, some ferns, that's just fishbone fern, a few dracaenas. This is the variety Dracaena marginata tricolour for the three colours on the leaves. This is an obscure plant, really interesting one. This goes under the rather terrible name of Bushman's poison, or that's one of its names. It used to be Acacanthera oblongifolia, and it actually does have poisonous parts. This is a variegated variety of it, perfume flowers, but these days if you go to the local nursery for that, they probably won't have it, and just as well if you've got kids too, because if they ate the leaves they wouldn't fare too well. Some of the other sorts of plants, Kentia palms, stag and elk horns, just a general mixture. But I suppose what you should note is that there really isn't a plant in this garden where the foliage isn't rather interesting. And that's the key to this style of garden. Wherever you look, there's something that, I don't know, the foliage just grabs you. The amazing thing about this garden is that it's got pretty much everything you'd expect. Hidden in here is the garden shed. You might notice it's got a flat sort of a roof. On top of that you've got Hoyas, orchids, all sorts of things, just allowed to spread all over it, and a bit of foliage around it. You wouldn't even know there was a shed there. It's still got a barbecue. I mean, the barbecue is fairly obvious with the black vinyl cover on it. And this little thing here gives away the fact that over there is the retractable clothesline. So you've got clothes drying facilities, fish pond, nice area to entertain, garden shed. It's all here.